Now let's talk about CleverTap today and some new features. So first, the market conditions. So COVID-19 is still affecting us all in various ways. Life has become normalized to a degree, but there are still restrictions in place throughout the world, and there's a mix of market conditions that are now present. First, customers are even more digital. As of last November, Americans were checking their phones 96 times a day, and that was an increase of 20% over the prior 2 years. And with so much time at home these days, I'm sure it's even higher. And now there's still looming uncertainty about when COVID-19 will end, and it's expected in different regions that will go in and out of lockdown throughout the next year. During these lockdowns, consumers are at home more and are more reliant on personal digital devices. There are fewer channels to reach customers while they're staying at home more. In many areas, social events are still limited, and many people who can are remaining in remote working situations. So out-of-home advertising doesn't get the views that it used to. Second, the market is crowded. This was present before coronavirus. In general, there are lower barriers to entry and democratization of platforms to start a digital business. Anyone can create an app, start a YouTube channel, create content, and even produce physical goods and use an out-of-the-box e-commerce store. More companies are competing for consumer attention, and many companies are on more digital channels because that's how to reach customers, especially right now. So there's a lot of crowding. Third, there are different levels of effectiveness in using customer data for engagement. If one brand has siloed data and another brand has connected data that is easily accessible and actionable, those campaigns and experiences are the ones that are going to reach customers and are going to be more relevant. Today's consumers expect brands to anticipate their needs and engage with them on an individual level, and that is where CleverTap fits in. In this world of unlimited choices and constant demands on attention, building relationships with customers requires consistent brand experiences across touchpoints with highly relevant content that is contextual in the moment. CleverTap is an integrated analytics and engagement platform with the power to connect with customers by utilizing data holistically and engaging meaningfully. The CleverTap solution reaches customers where they prefer to engage with content that is specific and relevant, and it's enabled by rich data sets that can be effectively analyzed and accessed. Let's look specifically at one of the ways CleverTap is innovating in the area of individualization. To understand the scope and power of individualization, we need to start by first looking at the evolution of data-driven marketing. At the beginning, there was mass marketing. This was the same message going to all people. And you can look at this in terms of any medium, either TV commercials that are the same for everyone, or when push notifications started, it was one single push that went out to all of the app's users. Next, there was A/B testing. Marketers could test different messages and then use the best performing variant and send that to all users. After that, segmentation. This is sending different content to groups that have something in common, like demographics or location. Then we move to personalization, and this is where most brands are today. This is about tailoring messages to each audience at one time. So often we see that this is addressing someone by their name or using behavioral data like past purchase to create an audience segment. For example, this would include something like an abandoned shopping cart campaign. To really connect with customers today, when consumers are being overwhelmed with so many messages, it's critical to move beyond what is standard. What will make a difference is moving past personalization and embracing individualization. Individualization requires a rich data set and speaks directly to each individual. Beyond addressing a segment, messages can be unique at the customer level. Personalization is expected by customers today. Individualization is the innovation in reaching and connecting with customers moving forward. CleverTap is built for reaching customers individually for several reasons. First, there's lots of customer level data, which is captured in our unified customer profiles, which creates rich data sets. Second, campaigns can be automated, so marketers can set them up once and they will automatically pull the correct user data to create each individual message. And third is scalability. CleverTap has infrastructure to send a massive amount of messages at once. We have delivered more than 25 million push notifications in under a minute. CleverTap continues to evolve in building features to reach individuals, and I'm excited to introduce some of them to you today. Today, we're going to talk about 5 new releases: Lifecycle Optimizer, Emotion Editor, Bulletins, Analytics and Insights, and Product Experiences. I'm going to briefly introduce these features, and then we'll have the product demos for each of them. First is Lifecycle Optimizer. Lifecycle Optimizer optimizes the customer lifecycle by systematically influencing users into deeper levels of engagement. This tool looks at the entire user base and their different levels of engagement. By understanding this view of all customers in the context of defined lifecycle stages, campaigns can be created to encourage users to progress from one stage to the next. Lifecycle Optimizer is unique to CleverTap. Next is our Emotion Editor. The Emotion Editor can be accessed by anyone on our website and quantifies the value of different emotions in marketing copy. Then we'll go through a demo of Bulletins. Bulletins are automated campaigns triggered by a business activity to an identified interest group. This would include things like new product releases and back-in-stock campaigns. After that, Aaron will speak about View and his experiences with CleverTap in our customer spotlight. And then we'll go into Analytics and Insights. We've built out this section of our platform extensively to provide more ways to understand your customers. Our final demo will be on Product Experiences. Product Experiences provides the ability to test and create unique app experiences for specific user segments with a complete set of tools for design, testing, and deployment. We'll first look at product configs, which provide the ability to create different app experiences customized for different user segments. And then we'll look at feature flags. Feature flags provide the ability to control testing and deployment for feature releases for any user segment.